I just realised there's actually so much info on this label and I haven't seen it. Oh, this is so good.
You have to prop it up. Oh, this is so good. That's at the start. It's just like, oh, this is so good. Spit or swallow. Oh, this is so good.
Welcome to Spit or Swallow.
Spit or swallow.
We're Spit or Swallow. Weekly wine reviews by Drunk. Today we're talking about Chardonnay.
Full size. Deliquente.
My YouTube.
Can we have a tickle? Oh, so good. No. Yeah, that's filling.
Welcome to Spit or Swallow. Tonight we're doing Screaming Betty Vermentino by Deliquente.
And describe it to us, Jenny.
Colours the red-faced broad sporting an oddly prepubescent hair clip and chipped tooth.
Hair clip.
Yeah.
Clip.
You know,
It's like that
little
bully you
hair
had in
clips?
high school who turns out actually really liked you or something, and then they were just bullying you because they wanted to have sex with you. Is that just me?
We've obviously already gotten into it because we forgot to do the intro. We've drunk it. It's... Okay, so this is the
What do we
Deliquente.
got?
Alright, so...
Screaming Betty.
Yes.
Let's just hear the crack.
Winemakers for a long time, for too long, have been saying Vermentino is the new Savvy Bee. And it's never really hit, but I think that it is starting to come into its own, and this is super sexy. It's a little more full bodied, but this bad boy is actually not too funky. So for people that are like trying to start into natural wine, starting to like learn about different wine varietals and maybe just like extend their palate, this is like a safe little upstep from your Sauvignon Blanc Pinot Gris, safe, even like from a Riesling perspective. I actually haven't tried this one myself yet.
It's got a good amount of colour, even like considering the studio lights. Like it's got some serious colour to it.
It's a little cloudy. It's indigenous fermentation, so completely natural fermentation. It's been left on leaves for 6 weeks though, so it should have some like serious body to it.
It smells lovely.
Actually, yeah, it smells super crisp.
It smells like. It reminds me of like an off-dry Riesling on the nose. So off-dry Riesling, people that don't know, it's halfway between dry Riesling and sweet Riesling. So off-dry Riesling is just
It's super palatable. Oh,
this is so good! Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah?
Hey, going.
I'm all about
Yeah, I
this.
was not expecting like so in the beginning of the palate I was really prepared for like quite a sweet finish, and it just dried right off, much like my sex life 2 years ago. Just
2 years ago. Before we cracked bottles, before we looked into all of this wine, before we got super excited and started getting a little moist about the fact that we could actually do something with this, we researched the wine. However, I get drunk and I forget what I researched. So if I look at my knee, that's where my notes are.
Just not looking at dick pics.
Sending pics. I'll look at them on my other knee.
It's a roll.
No, I'll just forward them straight to Jenny. Who will then forward them to Jenny?
Who then hopefully pulled them to his girlfriend if he doesn't like them.
And they will curate them and then pass them on the back wall.
All dick pics sent shall receive a little tile.
That's
tile.
not correct.
I can't say that.
Have the dick wall?
Can we have a dick wall?
Can we have a dick wall?
I think we can have a dick wall.
Equal opportunity, we'll have a bum wall. Both sexes, bum wall.
I like
Bum
that you
wall.
went with bum. You're a bum man.
Dear YouTube, how would you feel about us having a bumble?
We might get demonetized.
Wait a second, he's
Spit or
gone
swallow.
again. Demonetized.
Got a drink now. It's a game.
We're up for sponsors for this. We love free stuff. We love to get drunk for free. That's my life goal, is to get paid to get drunk. I hate that I have to pay to get drunk. I want to do it for free. In fact, I want to get paid.
Just work in a bar like me.
Or go to bars that Jimmy runs when he's drunk. And
Definitely not that. Nope.
True.
Channy, tell me about wine. Specifically this one.
Deliquente. So, Riverlands in South Australia, actually the biggest producers of wine in Australia, which was super surprising to me
Really?
because it's not like a well-known wine region.
No.
So where is Riverlands?
It's like the only zone that's like, okay, no.
This is an invisible map.
I reckon through the ability of post in the
We
square
can
that
put
I've
a map.
just drawn, there will be a map.
Do you know we're so shit at our jobs that we're putting so much pressure on Anthony?
How am I gonna do this?
What have I signed up for? So it's like the lower Murray River region. And it's like the only wine region that is classified as the lower Murray region. It's super cool wines there. There's lots of different people doing lots of different styles of wine. There's lots of different soil. There's lots of different topography. Topography.
That's altitude.
You have a like diverse region of wine. You have different altitudes, you have different soils, you have different rock, different sediment, all sorts of different drainage, everything that goes to it. So you have, in a small region, a lot of different wine styles, which is super cool. These guys, they do lots of natural wines. So they've been around for a little while as well. We've talked about some wine regions or winemakers in the past. Okay, I'm gonna read my knee because his name.
Greg.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know how
Tom.
to pronounce his last
We're not just yelling at random names.
Greg.
Greg is a
But no,
fucking legend.
Greg Gregorius?
Not a name for it.
I'm not. That's his name.
Greg Gregorius.
His mission is to make smashable wine. That's interesting. It's natural. And that's
Job
what we're
done,
fucking
Greg.
for.
Killing it.
Killing it.
Smashable.
He's doing what he set out to do. Not only is he making Vermentino, he's making a whole different style of wine. Whole range of wines, I should say. Sorry, that like range from like really quite heavy red. We've got some like sexy lighter style reds in the fridge already that we're gonna crack open later. We have.
Narrow.
You got into that earlier, like the research on that bad boy, and it looks sexy.
Started researching the wrong wine. I thought we were doing that tonight. Turns out we're not.
Don't study for the wrong exam, kids. Especially, was it? What's the
Topography.
topography?
We should research how to pronounce words properly before we start saying them to the public.
Great.
Oh, I just burp.
Cut it!
Smash cut.
Deep
Dennis.
burn.
I can't wait to shoot the back
What?
door. Behind the scenes is what I was supposed to start saying.
Back
Don't know where
door.
back came from.
Do you know what I had a dream the other night?
That was a massive gasp. That was
exaggerated
excessive.
aspiration I've ever heard.
Have you guys seen there's like a, I don't know if it's a TikTok thing or if it's just like a Voldemort time thing that's happening at the moment.
Voldemort.
Don't sing
Voldemort.
songs that you've ripped off other people.
Ron Weasley!
You know, like, there's the two people say we're sitting like this and like I have my wine like this and then like I tip back and the wine tips into your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I had a dream that we did it 3 ways, but then the person in the middle just get wine tipped on their face. You see it?
Yeah, I've seen
I thought
it.
it was such a brilliant idea. I had it
If
in a
anyone
dream.
can engineer a contraption to make this work,
Make this
there's got to be a
wine.
way. I believe in our viewers. Someone out there can design a contraption to do a 3-way wine glass tilt.
I don't want to be the person in the middle, like.
We need a whole team of editors now.
I've
Edit.
already booked them in. Like, halfway through filming, I was like, help.
These guys have got no idea what they're doing.
Rob
Let's
likes
smash
me.
cuts.
He wants a map. Help.
What's a map?
Trampoline? Free trampoline? Trampoline! Trampoline!
People really love this wine and now we know why.
Yeah.
It's one thing to read a wine review and it's another thing to like fully understand it once it's hit your palate. I can read a wine review sometimes and then I try it and I'm like, what the fuck were they doing? And then you try it and you're like, you're a dickhead. You just used a lot of fancy words.
We don't want to have that kind of wank, I think.
I think we're definitely wankers, so we're definitely going to have that.
This is less wank than your typical wanker. Like half wank. Half chop?
Half chub.
Half chop. Half chop. Half chop.
Half chub.
I was pretty surprised by this Vermentino. I don't often get to drink Vermentinos because they're not massive in the market. That's usually when wine reps try and force them down my throat because they're the new Sauv Blancs.
Oh,
The
yeah.
new best thing in the world.
Yes,
Like,
they
how do I
do.
sell it?
No
What
one
can people
knows what
relate it to?
Vermentino is.
I think the job of what we're trying to do here really is to take a word like Vermentino and make it
Accessible.
easy your vocabulary. You know,
Make it
like,
a household
how does it
word.
sit between a Sauv Blanc and a Pinot Gris and a Chardonnay of what you're used to walking into a shop and buying it?
Vermentino, traditionally, it's got a little bit more body weight to it than a Sauvignon Blanc. Bit more to it than a Pinot Gris as well. Riesling can be super varied, so I never like to like categorize a Riesling
Yeah,
because
100%.
it's so varied.
Riesling has a massive spectrum. This is very similar to like a well-crafted Grigio or very dry Riesling. Even like kind of a little bit of a limited wood contact Shardy. So mainly stainless
Ooh,
steel, little
yeah,
bit of wood contact to
steel,
finish.
New Age Shardy.
Yeah, New Age Shardy
New
was
Age
just
Shardy
finished in
gets
barrels,
me.
perhaps. It's kind of very similar.
This, I think for me, this is a crowd pleaser. So if you've got like a group of friends, some people like dry style wines, some like sweet, some maybe don't have like a big wine palate, other people like know a little bit more. I think that you can please everyone with this Vermentino. Some people might not have like that natural wine knowledge, or some people might be like super into their natural wines, and I think that everyone would be happy to drink this.
It's like the over the pants handy J, not inoffensive at all, just there, and everyone's happy for it.
Can't sum it up better than that.
It's got a bit of saline behind it as well.
Well, it is on the islands. Corsica, another island I can't remember. It's like super islandy wine. And I think that's probably why it works with Australian climates. And you could definitely drink this on the beach. Or just like oily Mediterranean food with this.
Give me some bugs.
100%.
Give me some olives.
Some Moreton Bay bugs,
some white cheeses,
some Vermentino, some cheeses, and just some classic bread with olive oil and balsamic vinegar with a bit of rock salt.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me, please.
Also, what we want to do on this show is kind of give you food pairings that actually you have. We want to make this kind of, what can you drink this with food that is actually available in your pantry.
So what you're saying is I can't have this with squid ink ravioli?
You can have it however the fuck you want.
This is super fucking approachable. Big crowd pleaser as well. There is such a broad spectrum to this Vermentino. I really rate it so highly, and I think that there's so many occasions that you could really appreciate this. If you're having an afternoon with tapas, if you're sitting by the beach, if you're trying to have like a date, I think this is like epic date wine.
Talking about crowd pleasers, I think it's going to stand up really well with like any sort of like nice grilled chicken specifically.
Oh yeah.
Chicken tends to be the crowd pleaser, I think. Like everyone's usually pretty happy with chicken unless you're vegetarian, vegan, or pescatarian. I apologise. It would also go well with any sort of white fish / fake meat. So my partner actually fed me some vegan mince and tacos a few weeks ago. I could not tell the difference. This is as a carnivore my entire life. I couldn't believe it. Like I usually hang so much crap on vegans and fake meat, but
sorry, Anthony just cut here. He's out. Actually, we're going to cut him out.
It's another Burley Hill picnic wine, really, isn't it? Props to Burley Hill.
Should we pick another hill? I drink this at Snapper Rocks.
No, let's go Green Mount.
Green Mount,
Yeah,
Green Mount.
Snapper.
Oh, okay. I got married at Snapper, but that's alright.
Like I said, it's a little bit classier. Ratings. Let's rate it.
Rob, your take on this Vermentino?
I'm thinking in that 7 range as well. Accessibility, like you can get this at a lot of bars and restaurants these days. Guys have done a great job of putting it in venues where you can try it.
You can try this at great restaurants, and I've been to a cafe where they sell Deliquente.
What cafe? I'm going to the wrong cafe.
This is another great example of what you can introduce your friends to if you love natural wine or if you want to try something new, because it's in a great price point. Obviously, if you're trying it at a new restaurant, it's going to be a little bit higher, but it's still at a great mid-range.
That stress of picking the right wine for 5 different people, and you're like, what do you like? And everyone says something different. You're like, what do I do? Pick this wine some blokes. And you get like a really unhelpful waiter or waitress that just doesn't know anything about wine. I do really like the approach. I think it's a great crowd pleaser. Just for me personally, I was hoping for a little bit more from this wine. It just doesn't yell out to me in a big way. It's not a bad wine at all. I was just hoping for a bit more depth or just something. We need to find a word.
Oh fuck, I love that word, pizzazz. You old man.
Look, it's just very nonchalant for me, so I'm gonna give it a 5.5. That's not because it's bad wine. I just feel like
your style. It's not for you.
It's just not for me. It's purely subjective.
I think Greg's done a great job of like presenting new natural organic wines. They've done a great job of pretty much putting a wine in a bottle with a weird name to the general consumer and making it an everyday business.
It's really cool. Like if I saw that on the shelf, it jumped out at me straight away.
100%. If a wine label or name doesn't jump out at me, I ain't drinking it.
Look, if there's a wine called like Screaming Orgasm, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Just I'm curious.
I want to know. I want to know what a screaming orgasm tastes like.
Because she has no idea.
So what you're saying
That sells itself.
This is the tender of wine.
Like,
Sorry,
it's great. It's a
I
great
had to look
picture.
past the Kiwi accent there. Did you say tender or tinder?
The tender.
The tinder. Let us know what you think about that. Would you like dismiss a bottle on a shelf because it didn't appeal to you visually or phonetically if you said it out loud? Is that
I just don't find you physically appealing.
I don't find you phonetically appealing. Chatty. When I say your name,
phonetics mean?
Enunciate a word out loud.
Chat.
I'm not a speech pathologist, don't crucify me.
It's funny with a chirp. How you feel about it now?
It's chatting with a lame. That was so shit.
Oh, please keep that.
Chatting with a lame. Chatting with a lame. Chatting with a lame.
Creepy for your birthday!
That was so bad. Oh my god. This is why I don't get drunk to
Let's get that Mozart out.
You need to drink something horrendous. Like you don't deserve wine. We have no horrendous drinks here.
I'm gonna go grab one. Enter Mozart.
Alright.
Oh no.
We're done into, don't worry.
I'm gonna loop that.
It's all over.
It's all-
Mozart!
Oops.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we're fucking drunk.
We're pretty lit.